gentlemen, I am Dan Snyder alongside Ryan Keelan with Stoughton Media Access for a Davenport Division game between the visiting Sharon Eagles and your Stoughton Black Knights. Both teams off to a rocky start to start off the season. Sharon coming in at 1-8, and John Galvin leading his Stoughton Black Knights to a 1-7 record thus far. Both teams looking to turn around to make the playoffs with that 10-win mark. Ryan, what does Stoughton need to do tonight to get back in the win column?
Well, easy. They just need to stop Malik, period. Malik, his nickname, in my opinion, is the Freak. 6'3", 210 pounds of pure athleticism. You stop him inside the paint, give the ball over to the guards, have them control the offense. They can definitely stop them as quick as they can.
Well, we're going to see Malik a lot tonight, but before we do, let's meet your starting five for the Black Knights. And just before tip-off, let's meet the Sharon High starters. We've got Lester High, Malik Lorquette, Jimmy Fitzhenry, Alex Kaufman, and Jacob Levinson starting for the Eagles. But right now it's Stoughton on possession. Justin Lee works the ball up top to Colin Sanda. Colin Sanda out to Jean Roux. Roux looking to drive, loses control. And the possession arrow goes to Sharon.
See, for Stoughton offensively, they really need to make sure the passes are there. Don't force anything. Make the right idea, the right move.
And there's the man we're all talking about, Malik driving the court. That's the first time I've seen anybody throw one down this season, Ryan. And we're going to see a lot of that tonight at 6'3", 210. He's a beast, and he's going to be the one that Stoughton needs to keep their eye on.
Absolutely.
Cam Andrews working the ball up. Drives the lane, takes on three Eagles, gets it off to David Bell. And David Bell's going to have himself a big night. And it looks like he'll be squared up against Malik the most of the night. It's Alex Kaufman with the ball in the wing. Works it up to Lorquette. Lorquette driving, step back, off back iron. David Bell comes down with the rebound. Andrews with the ball. Swings it all the way over to Sanda. Sanda driving, rises from about 12, and hits it, nothing but net. 4-2 in the early going here, 6:50 in the first.
See, I like what Stoughton's doing. They're putting Justin Lee on Malik. Justin Lee is probably one of their best defenders. I love how Coach Galvin made him cover Malik.
Yeah, Justin Lee and David Bell similar in size. I was thinking Bell's going to get the call, but Justin Lee looks like he'll have the task of guarding 21. Lester High with the ball over half court, guarded closely by Roux. Over to Jimmy Fitzhenry. And it's stolen by Roux, and he's got Andrews with him, 3-on-2. And Roux all the way to the bucket, and he's going to try to use that speed to his advantage tonight against these Eagles.
Oh, absolutely. I talked to one of the coaches for Stoughton, and he told me flat out that Roux can have probably one of his best games tonight because of his quickness.
Turnover from Sharon, so it'll be Stoughton with the ball. Andrews, half court, works it cross court to Sanda and back to Roux. Roux up top, swings it over to Lee. Lee wanted to shoot, doesn't, drives to the lane. And he will be called for the charge, and we have a player down for Sharon.
Offensive foul on number 3.
There's number 3, Lester
Lee.
High.
That's his first personal foul.
Both players going hard to the court, but Lester seems to be okay. He's back on his feet. And he will take a seat as head coach Andrew Ferguson wants to give his starting point guard a rest. It looks like number 25 coming into the game. We'll get a name in a moment. As Sharon works the ball very quick up the court. Over to Lorquette. Lorquette decides to back out. Wants the isolation on Lee. Takes it to the hole. And if you're Justin Lee, I'll take that on defense with Lorquette driving to the hole, not letting them get the easy buckets.
Yeah, absolutely. Make them earn them at the free throw line rather than actually taking it to the hole. Good foul right there.
Lorquette missing the front end.
Foul number 3, Justin Lee.
Now right here, I question it. Who's now going to be the primary defender for Malik now?
Yeah, we see Lee going to the bench as Lorquette makes the second of his 2 free throws. And that's Greg Furman coming into the game. Jean Roux with the ball, works it over to Furman. Furman swings it all the way to the corner for Sanda. Sanda shoots just off the back iron. Lorquette comes down with the rebound. And it looks like Furman's going to get the task, or as Lorquette drives, and just as we mentioned, who's going to take the task? Furman with the block and a little clap in the face. As the two are jawing back and forth, going back.
Good defense right there.
Possession.
Absolutely, that was great
Andrews
defense by the
inbound.
senior.
Now Andrews with the ball. Sharon applying some early pressure. Furman up to Bell. Bell swings it tries to swing it to Sanda. And that's Jimmy Fitzhenry on the defense, knocking it out of bounds. Sanda will take the inbound, or Andrews will take the inbound. Inside to Bell. Guarded by Levinson, but no good, as Bell's able to get the underneath. 8-3, 5:22 remaining in the first. Roux with the steal, the quick hands. And he'll take the ball over half court. Wants to shoot, passes inside, stolen away from Sharon. Sharon works it back up the court. Jimmy Fitzhenry at the ball in the corner. Swings it over to Kaufman. Kaufman will drive, gets by his defender, but a foul on the floor. Looks like it'll be against number 24, David Bell. That'll be his first, Stoughton's second foul.
Going back to that Stoughton offensive play right there, I think they should have held the ball a little more, moved the ball quicker, and making a better shot rather than just a quick shot like they did.
Well, in last game against North Attleboro, Stoughton elected to go to the three early and often. Cam Andrews, scoreless thus far, fired off 2 quick threes to start off the game. And maybe a little more patience is what they need to get back into the win column. That's stole away, and that was Ruben Gonzalez getting some early minutes here. And just as we mentioned, Andrews rises from 3 just off the iron. Bell with the rebound, no good. But I like what I'm seeing from Stoughton so far, getting aggressive on the boards and trying to keep Lorquette out of the paint.
Absolutely. I think the most impressive thing I've seen for Stoughton is their defense right now. Being last in Hockomock and actually controlling really anything on that court.
And just as we mentioned the strong defense, that was Alex Kaufman driving to the hole, going with the left. Gonzalez rises for 3, no good. Tough offensive rebound. That was Furman, who's still unable to come away with it. Andrews eventually comes up with it, drives to the hole, and just as dominant as they can be on the offensive side of the boards, Lorquette comes away with the defensive block there, but it'll be Stoughton's ball. 4:09 remaining in the first here. Bell on the outside over to Sanda, guarded closely by Fitzhenry. Sanda to Andrews, who gets Lorquette off his feet, but his frame gets him back into the game. That was Bell from 3, no good. Furman with the board, lays it in for 2. And this is the kind of offense that Stoughton needs. And this is what we're going to talk about as we go into this game, how they're going to keep Lorquette off the boards.
Absolutely. And I find it really interesting how both these teams are really in the mix rather when it comes to their offense in the league rather than their defense. You can expect later in this game to really be a shootout more than a defensive game.
Well, early going, Stoughton already in the double digits, as Roux will have the ball up top, guarded by Fitzhenry. He works it inside, and that's Ruben Gonzalez, and he's got quickness on the football field, even more quickness on the hard floor. He gets it for 2, 12-5, 3:35 remaining. Sharon with the ball in the corner. Close defense from Stevenson. Philemon, good to see him getting some minutes. He was held scoreless in their last game. And that was Jimmy Fitzhenry from 3, and I was watching him in warm-ups, and he's a shooter. He's a spot-up shooter who gets his time, and if he gets his space, he's going to knock them all down. We'll call that one borderline on the over and back, but Jean Roux just not able to get over the line on the possession. It'll be Sharon's ball. Sharon with the ball up top. Kaufman with it now. Over to Fitzhenry. And Fitzhenry, back-to-back threes. He's got Sharon's last 6 points. And now it's a 1-point ball game, 12-11, 2:50 remaining in the first. Philemon with the ball up top. Little fancy dribble move to stop his momentum. Over to Roux. Roux with the swing bounce pass. It's Fitzhenry off of his feet. That was Furman, but Sharon coming away with it. Kaufman with the ball driving.
I think Stoughton's rushing a little bit on offense their last few possessions. I think they need to, again, slow it down.
Foul number 24, Alex Kaufman.
Foul, like was mentioned, was on Kaufman. That's his first. That's the first against Sharon. And some new faces coming in for the Black Knights. 33, Alex Soquist, making his first appearance of the game. And something we didn't see in the last game is Cam Andrews taking a seat on the bench. He played all 32 minutes for the Black Knights in their last loss against North Attleboro, but he's getting some time on the bench as Soquist rises. No good, back iron, but he chases his own rebound. Keeps possession in Stoughton's hands over to Rue, and Rue nails it for three. A lot of hustle goes there. A lot of hustle credit for Alex Soquist on that play.
Meanwhile,
just as quickly as Stoughton was able to generate offense, get back on defense, but Sharon able to come away with this, and that's Leicester High back into the ballgame after an early injury. 15-13, 1:55 in the first. Sanda over to Rue. Rue sizes up his defender, drives middle, kicks it out to Soquist. Soquist over to Sanda. Sanda rises from three, and it's good, rattles it home. His first points of the game, and Stoughton takes a 6-point lead. Correction, that was Sanda's second bucket of the game. He has 5 on the game now. As Leicester drives it coast to coast all the way, kicks it out. Tough turnaround hook from Sharon there. Stoughton comes away with it. Jean Roux with the ball up top, guarded by High. Fancy behind the back, not sure that was necessary, but Furman with it now. Furman driving, able to get the circus shot, but a traveling violation is called. It'll be Sharon's ball with 1:09 remaining.
Now, if you notice on Stoughton's bench, they have 2 of their 3 oh, no, not anymore. Cam's back in. I thought they were going to have 2 of their 3 captains back on the bench, but never mind.
And as we talk about captains rising, I mean, when you're 6'3" and you have that kind of frame, you can throw it down at will. And Lorquette with his second dunk of the ball game keeps Stoughton leads to 4. Sanda wanted to shoot, but Lorquette there to guard him. Gets it over to Rue. Rue rises for 3. Back to a 7-point game, 45 seconds to go. Malik with the ball up top. Gets the screen from Max Tarlin. Tarlin now with the ball. Works it to Fitzhenry. Fitzhenry back to Lorquette. Lorquette rises, elects to go for the finger roll there. Didn't want to get too flashy early on in the game. As Stoughton very quickly back on the attack. Andrews driving. Tarlin wanted the blocking call there, doesn't get it. Andrews will go to the line for 2.
If you noticed from Malik, all but one of his points today so far has been right underneath that hoop. 2 dunks and a finger roll. Again, for Stoughton to be successful in this game defensively, when he's on the floor, they need to make him take shots. Don't have him drive.
Personal foul, second team foul.
Taking a seat for Sharon as Max Tarlin coming into the game is 33, Dimitri Moises. As Andrews hits 2 at the line. 7-point game here, 20 seconds remaining. Moises with the ball, guarded by Soquist, 33 on 33, now Torquette. Torquette tries to get it back to Moises, but unable to. Quick hands from Soquist and Furman there. Soquist really showing his work on defense right now. Tarlin subbed back into the game after a quick breather. Soquist works it into Furman. Furman over to Rue. Back to Furman. Got to get it over half court there. 4 seconds on the clock. Soquist over to Rue. Rue rises, hits the 3 at the buzzer. Count it. 10-point game at the buzzer. Rue with 11 points in the first quarter. Normally we see the scoring from Cam Andrews. He's averaging 18 per game this season. And then Rue with 11 out of nowhere. Stoughton breaking it out early, 27-17.
This guy is quick. He's quicker than most guards, let me tell you. And again, one of the assistant coaches for Stoughton did tell him before the game even started that this would be his game. And we clearly have seen it so far in that first quarter.
I mean, well, if you look at the size difference between these 2 teams, you saw against North Attleboro, North Attleboro was able to use their size to their advantage, work the ball down low. We saw Peterson go for 20, and he's a 6'3" guy, very similar to what Lorquette is for Sharon. So for Stoughton to have success, you kind of have to counteract that with some more some speed, a little more agility, some more quickness, and then you got to be able to make your shots. We've seen Stoughton lives and dies by the three-pointer this season, and Rue with 11, 3 of those via the three. That's going to be that's how they're going to have success in this ballgame.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with that first quarter, you've seen most of their shots go in. However, the ones that didn't go in were just because they rushed it. Again, Stoughton needs to control that ball. They need to make smart passes. Don't rush all their shots. Make the smart pass instead of the fancy pass. I mean, we saw a few great behind the back passes, which were fine. However, they can't rush to the hoop because you'll see a block here and there by Malik. Take your time, pass the ball around. You got 30 seconds on the clock. Use all 30.
Start the second here. Sharon will start off with possession, and Jason Montero. I'm watching him in warm-ups, Ryan, and he is fast. He's an athletic freak, and he counteracts Jackson's style. And as them two work the ball back and forth with each other, and Montero trying to get the assist over to Marquette. Marquette's on the ground, and this is not a good sign for Sharon.
No.
He's slow to get up.
He's holding his knee. He's back up.
And excuse me, that was an offensive foul going against Malik, so fouls at 3 apiece here. Stoughton will regain possession.
Stoughton helped very well inside that paint on defense. That's where they were able to get that foul. Good job.
Sharon running a 2-3 right now with Montero and Aiden Kane up top. As Andrews rises for 3, it's good. Couldn't keep him off the scoreboard for very long. He's got 5.
Watch him start to heat up soon.
Sharon in the corner, that's Aiden Kane. He gets it over to gets it over to Lorquette. I mean, he's a prominent player. I should remember his name. Not able to hold on to the ball, and they'll get called for the backcourt. Stoughton will take possession. That's Rue and Andrews working the ball. Andrews with the ball now, inside to Bell. Bell swings it outside to Justin Lee. Justin Lee rises, and he connects. And Stoughton has a 3-fest right now, breaking out to a 15-point game early in the second. And Sharon very quickly back on offense. And that's Jacob Levinson from about 18. He hits it for 2, excuse me. 32-19, 6:40 in the second. John Rue working his defender, swings it over to Andrews. Andrews rises, no good. Bit of a heat check there maybe for Stoughton, but they're able to keep possession, and Bell not able to convert. Justin Lee comes away with the rebound. Over to Rue. And maybe what Sharon needed there, kind of little let's slow the game down a little bit, and that's what we were looking for in this game with their size. They need to use their size to control possession.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, you got the size. You could sky over all these players for Stoughton. Try your best to, instead of passing around the perimeter, try and bring it into the paint on offense.
Alex Kaufman driving the lane, hits it over to Lorquette. Lorquette taking on 2 defenders, swings it back out. Alex Kaufman off the side of the backboard as Rue comes away with it. All the way up court to Andrews. Andrews rises, he connects for 2.
Like I said, before this game started.
Quick steal from Rue, who swings it over to Lee. Andrews rises, just off the side iron there, with Sanda coming away with it. Justin Lee up top. Over to Rue. And maybe a foul there from Aiden Kane just to kind of slow things down again, as they seem to, they're not winning the possession battle right now, and they're not getting all the hustle points.
Oh yeah. Like I said, Dan, before this quarter, get ready. You're gonna see Cam heating up soon. We've seen that so far. 5 points in the last 2 minutes.
And as we take this time out here, let's look at the last few games from Sharon and Stoughton respectively. Sharon coming into this game on a 3-game losing streak, losing to all division opponents, Foxborough, Canton, and North Attleboro. And Stoughton coming into this game losing their last 4 division games, or one of those coming in the tournament against Natick in the finals, and then losing to Foxborough, Canton, and North Attleboro. So as you look at these 2 teams at the bottom of the Davenport division here, you need 10 wins to get to the playoffs. Both of these teams at the bottom working their way up. So it's make or break time now if you're looking at Stoughton and Sharon's records if they want to make it to the playoffs.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, with the talent for both teams, it is doable. They have the talent to do so. But I think going right now 1-8 and 1-7 respectively for each, it's going to be tougher.
No, some tough losses from both teams, especially within your division. And these 2 teams will meet each other again. And an interesting stat about Sharon and Stoughton respectively, neither team wants to win in their own home building. The last 4 games against Sharon, Stoughton has lost on their own home turf. What does that say moving forward as you want to get that home field or home court advantage? Back to the action here. Andrews swings it up top to Rue, who gets it over to Sanda. Oh, we saw that play from against North Attleboro work a couple times, that alley-oop layup. We know Andrews isn't going to get to the rim, but it brought them some success, so maybe something in the scouting report helped Sharon there see that play coming with the backdoor cut from Andrews.
Now, I really like how Stoughton's being aggressive to the ball. Great idea by coach.
Interesting to see Lorquette not planting himself down in the paint. You would think at his size and against a smaller defense, he would take advantage of that size matchup.
Well, here's the thing.
Jay Levinson on the line, shooting 2.
But Dan, here's the thing. He can dribble like a guard, but he could drive like a big man. He's one of those hybrid type of players in this league that can do almost anything. But I think one of his biggest weaknesses, though, is his shot. Again, driving to the hoop is great. Attacking the hoop, scoring, but any jump shot around the elbow or higher, he has trouble with.
That was Levinson at the line, unable to convert on either of his free throws. 34-19, just over 5 minutes in the second.
Kickball.
Andrews drives, tries to get it inside the bell, but a kickball violation will give Stoughton possession. And back in the game for Stoughton is 13, Greg Furman. Rue inside to Lee, who swings it out to Sanda. Sanda, who had success from 3 in the first, unable to convert there. Lorquette comes away with a rebound. Kaufman driving. Over to Filipowski. And Jason Montero, or Jake Von Montero, excuse me, trying to use his speed to get to the bucket, but unable to get away with the charge. And it'll go back to Stoughton.
Second charge for Sharon in this quarter.
Show some good discipline from Stoughton's defense.
Absolutely.
Jean Rue with the ball, kicks it over to Andrews. Him and Andrews working back and forth. Rue with the over-the-shoulder pass to Sanda. Sanda inside to Furman, quickly back to Sanda. Rue rises from straightaway. Nothing but the bottom of the net there. He's got 14 now. 37-19 with 4:15 remaining in the second. Lorquette wanted to drive. Stops, hesitates, spins, not able to regain control. And a smart play from Cam Andrews there. Not able to keep possession, scrambling as he gets to the bucket, and kicks it off, or throws it off of Sharon's foot. He kicks it out of bounds, so Stoughton will keep possession here. Furman up top to Andrews. Andrews wants to shoot, he does. And much like Rue and Sanda, nothing but the bottom of the net. They've broken it out. It's 21 now for Stoughton, the lead. Lorquette backing down, kicks it out. And Sharon silencing the crowd a little bit here. And it's 40-22, with 3:39 remaining in the second. Andrews slowing things down a little bit, swings it over to Sanda. Colin Sanda back to Andrews. And you're going to give Andrews that much space. That's what he's going to do every time. And almost losing possession with Sharon, keeping it. Lorquette on the outside, drives, uses his size, not able to get the ball to roll down. Out to Kaufman, and I'm feeling like I'm watching a Golden State Warriors Oklahoma City Thunder game with all these threes.
It's amazing seeing how many threes are going inside. It's great. If I was Sharon's coach right now, I'd tell my kids, guys, we cannot give any space to Cam whatsoever. No way.
So you said it near the top of the broadcast. Once Andrews gets hot, he can light it up from the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Averaging just under 18 points a game on the season with a career high of 31, so you know he wants to light it up. And he had just under half of Stoughton points last game against North Attleboro with 29. So he wants to shoot, and he's a volume shooter. He's going to keep shooting, and he can generate his own scoring opportunities.
He has what's called gym-sized range. Anywhere in the gym, he can make it.
It's Lee in the corner for Stoughton. Sanda with the ball now, directing traffic. Andrews off the double team, tries to get it inside to Lee, and Kaufman coming away with the steal. Filipkowski able to lose possession. And not a smart shot there if you're Stoughton there. Rue on the run, off balance, tries to get more scoring for himself, but just not a smart shot there.
Again, you have 30 seconds after that steal. Control the ball a little more. Make it 2 or 3 passes. You'll get an easier shot.
Rue with the miss. Lee not able to battle Lorquette, but ball rolls out of bounds, and it'll be Sharon's ball here. 2:28 left in the first half. Lorquette using those long arms to keep the ball from going out of bounds as he drives, taking on Sanda. And good job from Sanda there. As he rises and hits from three as 2 Sharon defenders fall to his feet. Sanda's, I believe, 3rd 3 of the game. As Lorquette drives and able to stop the bleeding a little bit as we have a 19-point game now. Stoughton 46, Sharon 27. As Sanda dribbles through 2 defenders. Over to Andrews. Andrews outside to Rue. Wanted to shoot, elects not to. Up top to Sanda. Seems like nobody's guarding Furman down low as he gets it to Lee, who gets it to Andrews, and Andrews takes on 2 Sharon Eagles, not able to make the 3. Sharon ball, 1:42 left.
I like that possession. I like it a lot. You know, they got the open shooter, took a good shot, didn't go in, but he was open enough to take that shot. Loved it.
Yeah, the 1 extra pass helping Stoughton get a better shooting opportunity.
Absolutely.
Sharon driving. It's Jimmy Fitzhenry rising from 3, no good. Furman comes away with it. Andrews leading the break. The hesitation move, and Lorquette's still able to come away with the block. Rue not able to come away with the 3 as Lorquette comes down with yet another rebound. It's Henry driving. He gets called for the traveling violation, and choosing that's Alec Kaufman, number 24. As Furman will take a seat, and Soquist coming back into the game. Sharon applying some press defense here. Stoughton able to break it as Soquist driving, kicks it out to Rue, who gets it up top to Andrews. It's Rue, back to Andrews. Andrews driving, and just as we mentioned, able to create his own shooting opportunities. Gets the foul, he'll go to the line. 59.4 remaining in the first half. Just off the iron, not able to convert.
What I noticed with Stoughton lately, they've been having issues when it comes to the free throw line. They're very inconsistent when it comes to making them. Hopefully that changes sooner rather than later.
Yeah, Stoughton on the wrong end of 50% when you look at the charity stripe so far this season. Andrews converts on the second half as he almost comes away with the steal there. Rue does come away with the steal. Quick 2-on-1, but Rue takes it by himself for 2.
16 of Stoughton's points in this half. Excellent job by Rue, using his defense and using his quickness to get to the hoop.
Oh, we did speak with John Galvin, and he said this is the type of game that Rue can excel in, using his speed on both ends of the court. As Lorquette drives for 2, 20-point ball game, 30 seconds remaining here. Sanda rises over Malik, generates another three, and Stoughton almost to their season average in the first half here with 52. I mean, you look at Stoughton's averages as the season goes on, 57.3 points a game. They've got 52 in the first half.
That's unbelievable. Again, like I said earlier in this broadcast, they were in the middle of the Hockomock when it came to their offense. Round 7th, 8th, and their defense was worst. They're changing a lot of minds right now in this game, I tell you that much.
Kaufman able to ignore these Stoughton fans and go 2 for 2 from the line there. 52-31, 17 seconds remaining in the first half. Sanda with the ball over half court. Kicks it over to Rue. Rue checks the clock. He's got 8 seconds to shoot. Gets the pick from Gonzalez. And that's the guy you want with the ball. Back to Rue. Rue rises just off the backboard. Wasn't really that close. It looked closer from here. And as we round out the first half, 52-31, Stoughton. Welcome back to Stoughton High School. It's 52-31 in favor of the hometown Black Knights. Some quick stats for you there, point-wise. Jean Roux leading the way for Stoughton with 16, followed closely by Cam Andrews at 14, Colin Sanda at 11. And for the Eagles, the only player in double figures, no surprise there, Malik Torquette. Stoughton with possession to start off the second half. Sanda from the corner, picking right off where he left off with a three. He's got 14, tying Andrews for second.
Great passing by Stoughton, getting him in the ball in the corner, wide open for that three, swoosh.
Kaufman with the ball for Sharon. Sized up by Andrews, gets by him. Kicks it out to Jimmy Fitzhenry. Fitzhenry in quick hands from Rue there, knocking the ball out of bounds. Sharon will have 10 seconds left on the shot clock here.
Now, so far in this game, with about 17 minutes in, Roquette has yet to take the bench. That tells you something about what Sharon's trying to do against Stoughton.
Kaufman up top with the ball over to Roquette, who has to force one up. And Stoughton, with a strong defense, will get the shot clock violation and take over.
All 5 out, 5 in.
You mentioned Roquette didn't get a minute of rest. He now has one as a fresh 5 come out for the Eagles. Andrews in the corner. Up top to Sanda. Great speed. Rue with eyes on the side of his head there. Hits a cutting Andrews. Easy bucket for 2, 57-31 here. And Stoughton has already matched their season average, and we're only 2 minutes into the second half.
No, that's unbelievable. Rue, Andrews, both with 16. Sanda with 14.
Heat check for Sanda there.
Absolutely.
Is Aiden Kane driving. Lee knocking down his offender, picks him back up. And Javon Montero. Didn't see a lot of him in the first half, slowing things down, directing traffic. As Sanda tries to poke away at it, unable to do so. And Rue with the quick hands again. Seeing a lot of defense here from Rue to go along with the 16 points.
Absolutely. He's quicker than all these guards so far. And he's using his whole size to tip balls, get steals, get rebounds. Excellent job by Rue.
And that was Dimitri Moises on the 3 attempt. No good. Ball skirts out of bounds. It'll be Stoughton possession here. 6:16 in the third. Andrews taking the ball up slow, directing traffic. Gets it to Sanda. Sanda all the way across the court. And if you're going to leave Andrews wide open, he's going to shoot through the threes. Luckily, he misses. Rue comes away with it. Rattles in and out. And a good box out from Max Tarlin for Sharon there. over to Montero. Montero swings it out to Aiden Kane. Kane rises to 57-34 here. Cuts the lead to a modest 23. Lee inside, outside to Sanda. Sanda back iron. Montero comes away with it. And he's got track speed. Over to Moises. Moises lays it in for two. And a timeout for Stoughton, 57-36. And he's still got a 21-point lead, but Galvin doesn't like what he's seeing from his defense here.
Oh, absolutely not. I would take a timeout if I was him too. You had quick shots, you got some misses, rebounding. Sharon, after subbing out all their 5 starters, they're going on those fast breaks. Yeah, I'd call that timeout too. Tell them, hey, wake up. There's still a game, 21 points, can easily be changed.
Sharon kind of flipping the script here. They wanted to try to establish their presence down low in the first half, and they've got the size to do it. Now they're kind of playing a little more small ball offense, trying to get some more fast break points, getting those quick steals, and generating more offense by running.
Absolutely. And you know what I really find really interesting what Sharon's doing still on defense? They're still running zone. If I was them, I'd say pick up your man and make sure you guard Andrews, you guard Rue, you guard Sanda. Because you can't allow them to get those wide open shots in the corner and in the wing like they have so far. And even with 2.5 minutes in this quarter and half, you're seeing easy shots that could go in, wide open.
So you're seeing what Stoughton's doing to counteract that zone defense. You get the ball into the middle, you see Lee in the middle, parking himself at the free throw line. They get the ball in the middle. That opens up your corners because everybody's converging in.
Absolutely.
You kick the ball outside, you've got open shots.
Absolutely, and here's the thing, Stoughton is deadly in those corners too.
Yeah, we see Sanda and Andrews. They can shoot it from just about anywhere on the court. And Sharon, like we mentioned, applying some pressure here on defense. Stoughton able to get the ball over before the 10-second violation. Lee tries to get something done on the inside, not able to do so. Alex Filipowski comes away with it, works it up to Kane, works it over to Dimitri Moises, who comes away with a whole lot of nothing on the three. Rue comes away with it. Rue up top, inside to Lee, out to Andrews, back to Rue to reset. Inside, David Bell, haven't heard much from him tonight. Andrews from the corner, no good. Lee tries to save it. Doesn't look behind him. And David Bell going a little soccer style on here just to stop possession there. It'll be Sharon's ball from the side.
If this was soccer, it would have been a goal.
The third. Kane with the ball up top. Gets the screen from Moises and takes it all the way to the bucket for two. Sounds like we got some family members in the crowd cheering for Kane there on the bucket.
That's what basketball's all about, bringing families closer and cheering for your friends, families. It's great.
Lee in the corner, guarded by Kane. Kane doing a good job to get Lee to stay in the corner. Steps on the end line. It'll be Sharon's ball.
I'm liking this pressure Stoughton's doing.
All 10 guys on the right side of the court here with the press defense. Sharon able to break it. Moises driving, he goes with the left finger and good. 17-point ball game. Sharon starting to slowly cut away at this lead here with Lee in the corner. And just as quickly as Sharon starts to chip away, Lee gets it back to 20 points, 60-40 here. 4:08 remaining in the third.
Stoughton really needed that shot to go in. They were really struggling for the past couple seconds, possessions rather. Good job by Stoughton.
Yeah, Sharon at 62 points allowed per game this season. Stoughton already scoring 60, already above their average for the season. And just getting shots into the bucket and keeping Lorquette basically out of this game. He hasn't been in the ballgame since he subbed out.
Yeah, I mean, their unit really struggled in that first half, struggled in the beginning of this quarter, which is why the coach of Sharon said, you know what, I'm throwing in a new 5. I don't like what I'm seeing. Come on out, you guys, reserves, you guys go in. Make something happen, and guess what? They're cutting the lead, number by number. Doing a good job so far.
Yeah, this is the type of ball game that Stoughton needed to get back on the winning track. Several Davenport Division games coming up for them. Needed to get to that 10-win mark. Their goal at the beginning of every season is to get to the 10 wins, to get to the playoffs. And for Sharon right now, this is kind of a let's see what our reserves has moment. You mentioned it earlier. Let's see what our second unit can do here in the ball game. and see what you've got coming up for the future. Not quite give it away or give up time for Sharon here, but nice to see what your second unit can do.
Oh, absolutely.
Sharon will take possession. Drive up the right side over to Montero. Montero using that speed and explosive to the hole, not able to get it to go. Stoughton will take possession. Sharon's still applying some press defense. And Rue able to shake off 2 Eagles and kicks it out to Bell for 3, no good. Furman not able to come away with it. It was Montero. And thank God Sharon did not get that shot up because Bell got his head above the free throw, or above the hoop on that one, and would have sent that ball all the way to Sharon.
They'll take the possession though.
Andrews didn't see Rue able to shake his defender, but able to inbound it to Sanda. Gets it across court, and Bell left all alone, but just not able to keep possession. Kicks it out to Andrews. Away from the Bell, outside to Sanda. Sanda all the way to Rue. Rue rises for 3. No good. Sanda tipping it to Furman, who wasn't able to get away with it. And Bell comes away with the rebound and gets the easy bucket for 2. Sharon very quickly shooting a 3, not able to come away with it.
You know, again, for Sharon's defense, I'm still surprised that they're not switching to
Foul
man.
number 0.
Multiple times in every
Montero.
possession of Stoughton, they've had wide open shots on those wings. If they gave their ball over, if they play man, they would give these shooters a tougher time, really creating 0 space. I'm surprised they're not switching.
Looked like more of a frustration foul there from Javon Montero, just trying to stop Stoughton on the fast break. David Bell at the line, missing the front end. And a good foul, I guess, from Montero as David Bell goes 0 for 2. Hearing it from head coach John Galvin on the sideline. Montero will take a seat. And Greg Prasad coming into the game, getting his first minutes of tonight. Stoughton keeping the ball on the outside here. Sanda wants to rise for 3, not able to. Furman on the inside, back out to Sanda. Sanda rises, no good. Furman come away with a rebound. Quickly turns and gets the foul.
Looks like Malik is coming back in.
Foul number 20, Max Tarlin. It's his second personal foul.
Foul goes against Max Tarlin, his second. Second on Sharon for the second half. As you're right, Malik does come back into the game, so what does Stoughton do? Keep it slow to the outside, and another jump shot, another bucket. Corpette will take the ball up. Over to Prasad, guarded by Ruse, had a great defensive game tonight. Corpette able to corral the loose ball, driving, aggressive to the hole, and I mean, there's no protective circle in the high school level, but if you ask me, Furman had position there.
Oh, absolutely. I think why the refs called it a blocking foul rather than a charge, because I don't think he was quite set at that moment.
Nonetheless, Larquette will get one from the line. Not able to get the hometown roll in away territory as he misses. Andrews will slow things down. 2:20 here, 64-42 in the third. A little overzealous on the inlet pass there as Furman tries to save it, not able to, and possession will go back to Sharon.
A little bit of sloppiness we saw right there, but easily can be fixed.
And a quick steal from Rue. Drives inside to Andrews. And just hustle there from Rue there to get the foul.
It's funny, he's committed turnover, cause a turnover. Good job.
His second personal foul, third team foul.
And Sanda left all by his lonesome in the corner as he walks that one into the hoop. 67-42, 2 minutes remaining. And just as quickly as they score, Sharon back on the attack. That was Aiden unable to get the roll. Andrews rises for 3, no good. Furman and Furman and Tarlin going to the ground. And jump ball will keep possession in Sharon's hands. Or in Stoughton's hands, excuse me. Little confusion from the scores table here as one arrow's pointing another way and another arrow's pointing another way.
JV Coach Powers is pointing, no, it's Sharon's ball. Got to be honest on that one.
Things get sorted out. Sharon will have possession. Greg Prasad with the ball. Driving past Rue, not easy to do. Andrews tries to take the charge. Ref lets it go. It's Rue charging. Gets it in for two. 69-42 here. 1:35 remaining in the third. Quartet with the ball. And driving. That was Aiden Kane there. And Furman tries to come away with the block, but just gets a little too much arm.
Shooting two. Foul number 13.
Kane hits the first as two new subs coming in, one apiece, Sharon and Stoughton. Number 2, Ruben Gonzalez making his presence felt in the second half. And Jimmy Fitzhenry coming in for Sharon. Aiden Kane goes 2 of 2 from the line as Max Harlan takes a tumble. Not sure what happened there, but he's back up to his feet as Rue has the ball. It's it over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez inside the Soquist, who snuck in there too. Unable to get the friendly roll as Torquette comes away with it. Up to Aaron Strong. Aaron Strong shakes his defender loose. A good rebound from Rue. As Stoughton has numbers, and it's great pass inside to Andrews. Great court awareness there from Jean Rue, and Andrews gets the two. Good defense there from Alex Soquist. Better offense there from Aiden Kane. 50 seconds remaining here. 25-point lead for the Black Knights.
This has been a very good game for Stoughton, both offensively and defensively.
Just as we mentioned, good offensive game. Cam Andrews yet again adding to his season average. Aaron Strong up top, over to Lorquette. Lorquette trying to take on 3 Black Knights, and he's coming up limp on that play. Slow to get back. And watch out, Lorquette by himself. And Ruben Gonzalez giving up about 5 inches to Lorquette there, doing anything he can just to keep him out of the scoring table.
Well, here's the thing, Lorquette looks a little hurt, a little banged up from that knee that he got hurt earlier in this game. I think one of the biggest reasons why he's not really driving so much to that hoop is because of that knee.
You know, if he was even 90 or 95%, he was throwing it down on that possession, but just not able to get the bounce with that knee injury, and he's not able to get up.
Oh, absolutely.
And Lorquette knew that one wasn't going to go in, gets a little overzealous on the rebound attempt, and it'll be Stoughton possession, 11 seconds. Andrews quickly over half court, loses everybody. Soquist out to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Sanda, over to Andrews. Andrews rises, no good. Rattles in and out, can't get the roll. And it is 74-47 at the end of the third. Stoughton are already 15 points above their season average as we go into the fourth quarter.
Sanders has a high.
Back to the fourth quarter here, 74-47. Stoughton with a big lead over Sharon. And Furman working hard on the offensive glass. Gets one for 2. Skip pass over to Aiden Kane. Kane kicks it out to Moises. Moises driving and takes on 2 Black Knights and gets it in for 2. 76-49 here, early stages of the fourth quarter. Soquist with the ball inside. Works it over to Furman. Furman out to Sanders. Looks good. No good. Back iron. Sharon back on the attack. Kane with the ball. Deep 3 from Fitzhenry. And no good, but it's all of 6'3", not able to come away with it. And head coach Andrew Ferguson trying to get the attention of the referee for a timeout, but slow to get it, eventually does. And not liked what he sees from the first 49 seconds of this fourth period.
No way, Sharon's coach is very upset about that defensive rebound that they could have got, but Stoughton got that offensive rebound over, what, 2-3 Sharon boys.
Well, looking at it from Sharon's point of view here, you're 1-8 on the season, 1-5 in your division. You need to get some wins to get back on track. And here you come into Stoughton, a team you've had success on the road against, and you think here's a win that we can get, guys, and you're down by 20 plus points going into the fourth. Very frustrating for any head coach in the league, let alone a struggling team.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, again, as a coach, I would tell them flat out, hey, I don't give up on you. Do not give up on me. You got 7-11 left in this game. Make it interesting. Make it into something special. So far, Sharon is really, they're not really playing to their potential, if you ask me. I think they could do a lot more. I think they really are just rattled.
Sharon back with the possession as Moises drives. And just sloppy basketball we've seen from Sharon time and time again tonight. As Kane's not able to keep that ball from going out of bounds, and it'll be Stoughton possession.
Absolutely. I mean, back to being rattled. This Stoughton defense, they are creating chaos, and that's what you really want to do on that perimeter. They're trying to force Sharon's guards to try and do something with the ball, drive to the hoop, but guess what? They can't.
Soquist with the ball inside. Kicks it out to Andrews, swings it to Sanda. Andrews from about 40. We'll call it 40. It was probably about 25, but nonetheless, another three for Andrews. He's well on his way to his season high. Larquette not able to get the roll. And Andrews back driving. Drives again, gets the roll, wants the foul, doesn't get it. He's got 26.
Welcome to the Andrews fourth quarter show.
Larquette with the ball up top. Over to Kane. Back to Larquette. Over to Aaron Strong. Aaron Strong drives.
Notice how Philemon is defending Larquette, giving him room to take that shot rather than drive it on him. Great idea. Let him shoot. Challenge him.
I didn't see a lot of Philemon in that last game. I wanted to see that matchup between him and Peterson for North Attleboro. Getting the opportunity to see what he's doing against Larquette. And so far doing a nice job, but Larquette able to get the tough roll. He'll go to the line for the and one.
Shooting one. Foul number 5, Steven Philemon. That's his first personal foul, 5th team foul.
Kane taking a seat for the Golden Eagles, and Alec Filipkowski will be coming in for Sharon. And Moises doing a great job tipping it to Larquette, who gets another and one. He'll go back to the line, try to redeem himself here on the next free throw.
Larquette now has his season high, or season average rather, with 17, roughly give or take. Andrew, same thing. Now both these guys, top 5 scorers in the league.
Rattles in and out, not able to generate a second and one opportunity. 81-53. I feel weird saying 81 for Stoughton here, as they were well above their season average.
You haven't seen 81 points for Stoughton in a long time, let me tell you.
No, you go back to the days of Mike Holland, Evan Taylor, all the greats for Stoughton back in the day.
Evan Taylor, also an assistant coach now for Stoughton.
Exactly. We see him sitting on the sideline when we pan right. And Gonzalez coming away with the steal. Goes to the bucket, no good. And Philemon's trying to get over the top, but Larquette with position, and he won't be able to get the offensive rebound.
You know, Dan, this effort from Stoughton reminds me of that 2012 team where they made it all the way up through that tournament. They didn't have a lot of height on that team besides Anthony Ferreira. They had a lot of defense, a lot of three-point shooters. But the best part about that team was they hustled, and this is what this Stoughton team so far in this game has done.
Stoughton, or Sharon, I should say, in the bonus now, as that was Stoughton's 7th foul. And Larquette not having a lot of success from the free throw line tonight, missing his 3rd straight. Stoughton will get back on offense. And 11, Josh Kochi getting some valuable minutes here. We saw him a little bit toward the end of North Attleboro. Goes up for 3, tries to get the and one, but no good. It's Philemon. He wants to light up the scorebook as well. 85-53 here, late in the fourth. It's Jimmy Fitzhenry driving to the hoop for two. 30-point lead here for Stoughton. Okay, Andrews is just showing off now, and I don't think John Gallivan's very happy about that one.
You're up big. No need to take those long-range threes. Easy shots. Attack the basket. Speaking of Andrews, he's coming out. Here comes Kevin Dixon.
Just as quickly as Andrews puts up a shot from Sharon, takes a seat on the bench and going all the way to the end of the bench, it seems. So his night might be done as Kevin Dixon comes into the ball game. And Philemon, not sure what he wants to do with the ball, and Dixon comes away with the rebound. Out to Gonzalez, no good. And Moises comes away with the rebound.
You know that Stoughton fans, they're cheering. They want that 100.
Yeah, they want 100, but 15 points in less than 5 minutes is a lot to ask for. As Norquette's starting to make a name for himself again, being the scorer he can. Gets the tough two, and he'll go back to the line to see if he can redeem himself from his last 3 opportunities that he also missed.
Here comes another junior, Zach Paquette coming in now for the senior Alex Shulquist.
Yeah, you and I talked about during the break going into the fourth quarter. Let's see if some of these bench guys can get their minutes. We see Kochi coming in, Kevin Dixon coming in on the last possession. Now Zach Paquette coming in as Philemon gets home with the rebound. And lack of success from the free throw line for Sharon tonight. That's going to be one of their key points as they go back to Sharon for the next game.
Absolutely. Well, I talked to Mike Manning before the game, and he told me that during practice, all these players earn their minutes regardless of what time it is in the game. If you're not playing well, you're not going to show up. I like how these guys are coming out. They're playing well, both on the game and they're showing it in practice. Great job.
Looks like Ruben Gonzalez will be coming out of this game getting some medical attention as referees go over instructing Stoughton's bench to sort of relax themselves as we saw the deep three from Andrews get them into a frenzy. And in a game like this, it's very easy to lose control of your bench with a big lead. As things get carried away as Shulquist comes away with nothing. Dixon with the rebound out to Kochi. Kochi wants to shoot it. Gets it over to Dixon. Dixon no good. Montero comes away with the rebound. And he looked like he wanted to take on the entire Stoughton lineup there with those dribble moves. Outside the Moises line drive for 3. It's good. 85-60 here. Well, one thing Sharon can take away from this game is they did get above their season average.
Absolutely.
Some nifty passing in there, and Philemon not able to get the roll as Kaufman comes away with it. And Kaufman going coast to coast there, gets it in for 2. And seeing some promise from Sharon's second unit here as we close out this, I don't know if it's a blowout, but it is a blowout.
Yeah, I mean, Sharon's bench, Sharon's second unit is saying, hey, we want to play 2. We're going to show you off for these last few minutes, this last quarter. We want in.
I think Stoughton's getting a little trigger happy here with the threes. We've seen their last 3 possessions end via the missed 3. We'll see how this possession ends out. Good pass. Philemon, I thought I heard a slap, but he gets the 2 from just under the free throw line.
Danny, I thought that was a low high 5 if you get to tell me or ask me, really. I don't think they would really call that foul.
Josh Kochi padding his stats with the defensive board. Stoughton working inside. Shulquist getting on the scoreboard here. 89-62. And we mentioned earlier, maybe if Sharon keeps fouling later in the stages here, 100 might not be out of the question. Looking forward here to Sharon and Stoughton's next few matchups. We mentioned they have some key Davenport division games that both teams are going to have to win to have a shot at the playoffs. Sharon will be going to Milford, be hosting Mansfield, hosting KP, and then traveling to North Attleboro. Canton will be coming to Stoughton for their next game, and then Stoughton will be at KP, hosting Franklin, and then an out-of-division game at Taunton. So key games that Stoughton needs to keep winning here just to make it that 10-win mark. They're running out of time.
Absolutely. I think get ready for that Canton-Stoughton rivalry game coming up next. I tell you, Canton's team is looking very good this season. But again, anything is possible when it comes to a rivalry between Stoughton and Canton. Get ready for some fireworks.
Yeah, I was at that Stoughton-Canton game last year in Canton. A game that Stoughton, again, needed to win to keep their playoff hopes alive. But Canton holding it strong in their home gym, come away with a huge victory. We'll see how that translates into this game they have coming up soon. Sharon, deep three attempt, no good.
Danny, another thing I'm really interested in seeing is this rematch in Sharon later this season. How will Sharon respond to this type of game?
Well, I think you got to look at the health of Malik Lorquette. I mean, he clearly wasn't 100% in this game. You saw him shaken up early on, not able to play to his full potential on the bench right now, getting some attention. It looks like he's checked out for the game. And you look from the Stoughton side of the ball, you know what you need to do to. I mean, they live or die by the three-point line. They know that. And that's where they get their success. If they can get those buckets to keep falling, no reason to try any different strategy. They know what works for them, and they're going to try to execute.
Absolutely. Totally agree.
Stoughton getting a little sloppy, and Sharon, as a result, also sloppy. And Kevin Dixon able to poke it away from Fitzhenry there. As Philemon comes back with the Euro. Wow. And good for two, 91-63. 1 minute 52 remaining in the fourth.
A few more steps, and he was ready to do some dancing with the salsa.
And nice to see on the defensive side of the ball, too. You're up by almost 30 points here. 28 if we're getting technical, but still playing hard, making the hustle plays on defense as Philemon generates the charge.
You know, for this Stoughton team, I know it's 63 points, I know it looks like a blow-up, but what I'd really like to see in this last minute 45 or so is really decreasing their opponents' points per game. 63 is lower than what they usually give up. It's 61, 68, 69. I just would like to see them drop that a bit down, especially how they were 12th in the league so far.
Yeah, and then just every point that Stoughton's able to get on offense in the late stages of this game adds to their season total. We mentioned just under 60 points a game on the offensive side, and they're already 30 plus that total. Josh Kochi going hard to the hoop, maybe gets fouled, but I think the refs are just going to let some things go in this last part of the game. Sharon Rise is no good. Jacob Levinson coming away with it. Rise is no good, and Sokwa's coming down with it. Josh Kochi regaining possession here. Drives to the center, stops himself. You know, quick hands by Greg Prasad, and he goes all the way to the hoop. No good. Sokwas comes away with it. Kevin Dixon with the ball. He'll start to slow things down as the clock winds down. 11-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock here. So Sharon will have at least one more possession. Philemon on the outside. Tries to get it inside to Furman, no good. Stoughton will keep possession. 24 seconds left on the game clock, 13 on the shot clock.
Overall, this Stoughton team played excellent on both sides of the floor. Was there a little bit of sloppiness at the end? Yes. However, that's what sometimes happens when it comes to the second unit. But at the same time, this is a great confidence boost moving forward into this season. Excellent job by Stoughton overall.
Yeah, you get to see what your second unit does. You get to see what you have looking forward to in your future. If Dixon Rise is no good, and a shot clock violation as the clock started to run down, but stops at 9.5. It looks like it'll be Sharon's last possession here. Sharon rises, no good. Levins comes away with the rebound, able to get the roll. And as the clock winds down and hits zero, 91-65. Victory for Stoughton. Stoughton will move to 2-7 on the season as Sharon drops to 1-9. Ryan, what did you take away from tonight's ballgame?
Well, again, I know that during this week of practice, they said that defense, they need to make sure everyone's accountable for it, and they show that out today. Again, 65 points is lower than their usual average. Great job. They're causing a lot of chaos at that perimeter defense for Sharon. I think their game plan works well for them today. Hopefully, moving forward, it continues. This confidence continues, and they are able to put something together to really push for that tournament spot.
Well, I'll mention again, Sharon, next game they'll be traveling to Milford. And Stoughton's next game, they'll be hosting that crosstown rivalry against Canton. Again, your final, 91-65 Stoughton. For Ryan Keelan, I'm Dan Snyder and CJ Mullen on camera. You've been watching Stoughton basketball on Stoughton Media Access. Good night, everybody.